Hello everyone, my name is Chanté Lively. I am a study abroad peer advisor as well as a senior marine biology student and Razor's Edge Global Scholar. This is a presentation on my personal education abroad experience. It's titled, If I Hadn't Done It, I Wouldn't Have Known, and FYI, there are tons of puns involved in this presentation because I love puns. If there is a whale, there is a way. So NSU has many different education abroad options for students. So there's traditional, study abroad, faculty-led travel study, internships, service learning, medical mission trips, and Excel travel exploration. So a faculty-led travel study is what I specifically did, and that involves when you take an NSU class here, and then there is a external or additional portion that involves travel studies. So you will go to a different destination, and that is a part of your class curriculum. So for marine biology majors, there's lots of options in our field courses for faculty-led travel study. There's Ecology of the Galapagos Islands, where you go to Ecuador, Biodiversity of Alaskan Ecosystem, Island Biogeography, where you go to Hawaii, and Survey of Marine Mammals, where you go to Seattle and Canada. Whale, what do we have here? What I specifically took for my faculty-led travel study was Survey of Marine Mammals, and that is a class that is taught by Dr. Amy Hirons. It's a 3-credit field elective class with an optional trip, and I specifically chose to take the trip. This class is offered every winter odd year, and I took it specifically during my spring break of 2019 for the week of Friday, March 1st to Sunday, March 10th. The total of what I paid was $1,800, but this specifically involved just the airfare and the travel between locations, as well as the first meals that we had there. I specifically spent more on that because when you want to spend for your other meals, as well as any souvenirs and things I bought on the trip. You also had to pay for your own meals, passport, and travel insurance. Accomplishing my purpose. So before you're able to go on the trip, you had to take at least portion of the class. And then this was our itinerary for our few days there in Seattle and Canada. It was a very busy few days. Every day was jam-packed, but it was tons of fun, and I'll get into that. So we started in Seattle, Washington, and while in Seattle, we went to different locations such as Pike's Place Market, the Seattle Aquarium, La Push Second Beach, and we visited NASA. Our other major destination was Vancouver, Canada. There we were able to get lectured at the University of British Columbia, do a background scene of Vancouver Aquarium, go to open water training sites where we saw the seals get trained, and visit Granville Island Public Market. Incidentally, the inn that we stayed at was on Davie Road, so we never left Davie, had a little bit of NSU with us at all times. So overall, I had a whale of a time during this faculty-led travel study. I got the sea lion of approval. So on this trip, I was able to see these organisms that I heard about detailedly in class and see them in person. So I was able to see a killer whale, or Ursinus orca, as well as a stellar sea lion, Eumetopius jubatus, in their natural habitats, as well as in these aquariums. I most likely would never have traveled up to the Pacific Northwest by myself and been able to have gotten this type of experience. We were all sharks out of water, so while doing a faculty-led travel study, you were traveling with your other NSU sharks. So this was a great experience for me to get to know these individuals in a different setting, as well as my teacher in a different setting. I might not have been able to have gotten close to some of these individuals without have had going on this trip. I got to take lots of cool, sophisticated pictures. And then I had some takeaways overall. So there were some flukes and some fissues or issues. My flukes was that it affirmed my focus in marine biology. I took the marine mammals class because most marine biology students know about mammals, marine mammals, dolphins, whales, and we're all intrigued by them in some form of way. I specifically learned that I enjoyed marine mammals and learning about them, but I would not want to work with them in the future. It also showcased different career paths that I could take. So at each of the different locations we went to, majority of them had some focus and base in our field of marine biology. So it wasn't just a fun trip overall where I didn't learn anything, it supplemented the things that I learned in class. It was a small monetary fee for some great experiences, as well as I was introduced to a network of people. These two interconnect a lot because without having gone on this faculty-led travel study, I would maybe not have met these professionals that I was able to, because it's all connected to the connections of my specific professor. So a lot of what we were able to do was also a smaller price than what it would have taken for me to have done on my own without this connection from my professor. So some of my issues was the length of the trip. This was only my spring break. So think about another form of education abroad experience, which has a longer length of time for you to experience a lot more things. I had a jam-packed week. What happens if I would have had a jam-packed semester? So many more things I could have done. I didn't gain any new long distance friends. So when you think of study abroad, you think of staying with a roommate who you've never met before in this foreign country. I kind of knew these people before I left. I was able to gain new friends, but there are no new long distance, huge study abroad friends that you maybe think of. This was only one class towards my studies, so this was an external trip to the class I was already taking. It did not give me any more extra credit towards my marine biology major. So if you do a study abroad, you'll most likely be taking several different classes in order for you to kind of stay a full-time student. And then this did not completely curb my travel itch. Many students who decide to take any form of education abroad experience, if they're able to, they will try to do another one because you've had one experience traveling and you realize how great it is and how much of an opportunity you can grow from it. So I would love to do another education abroad experience or just travel again to see the world some more. I will, if you will, study abroad today. So what I specifically talked about today is just one drop in the ocean of possibilities of education abroad experiences. And well, if you want to know more, come to an information session in the Sharks Abroad office. So we have them every Monday and Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. in the Horvitz Administration Building, room 233. This is the Office of International Affairs. In addition, follow us on Instagram at Sharks Abroad to see some great pictures, as well as learn some more information from other students who have studied abroad recently. Thank you for listening.